Okay, this is another way of doing the problem that I just worked with the quotient rule. I kind of like this way a little better, but you'll see at the end you still have to kind of do the same thing to get the same denominator. The reason why I like this way a little better is you don't use the quotient rule, you just use power rules. Because if you have just one term in the denominator, then you could rewrite this as every term up top over that denominator, right? And then you could make these into powers. So in other words, remember the square root of x is x to the 1/2. Okay, so this would end up being x to the 3/2 plus 8x to the 1/2 plus 3x to the minus 1/2. So take the time if you need to and pause this video and go through that. What we're doing here is, that thing come from, is that we're getting common denominators for all of my exponents, and then remember you subtract when you're dividing. So now from here it's just flat out power rule. So 3/2 x to the 1/2 plus 4x to the minus 1/2 minus 3/2 x to the minus 3/2. And if you watched my other video, you're probably seeing this come together a lot quicker, right? Because we were kind of on this step. And so from here is where I rewrite everything as fractions, meaning I do 3x to the 1/2 all over 2, so you can see that it looks like fractions, plus 4 over x to the 1/2, and then minus 3 over 2x to the 3/2. And now you can see there's that least common denominator that we used on the other way. So all I have to do now is get everything with that least common denominator. 1/2 all over 2 plus 4 all over x to the 1/2. And I know this one's good because that has my common denominator. So I just, once again, like I did on the other video, I look to see what's missing. Well, this is just missing the 3/2. This piece is missing the 2, and then x to the 2 over 2, because that would give me a 3/2. And I'm done. So I bring everything together. I get 3x squared plus, oh, I could see already. You're yelling, Cindy, you missed an x. I got it, it's there. Plus 8x minus 3 all over that same denominator. So remember, this only works this nicely when you start with, way up here, only one term in the denominator, and you can write everything over that term and make power rules. And these work kind of nicely instead of using the quotient rule. But either way, you get the same answer, so it's just what you're comfortable with.